one's going to be a Bolognese pasta bake. Let me talk you through first of all what I've got here. So starting at the back, I've got my salt and pepper. I've got some mushrooms, got my fry light. I've got 400 grams of pasta. As you can see, I've got these conch shell kind of ones. And also underneath, I've got fusilli, tricoloured fusilli. And I've also got penne in there as well. It's really good for just using up, you know, your last bits in the bag. So, but I needed 400 grams of that. I've got some lazy chopped garlic. I like the smoked one. A can of chopped tomatoes, some fry light for cooking, a beef stock pot, some oregano, a red onion. You could use a white one. I always use red. I like them better. A carrot. Stupid Tesco's gave me full fat mozzarella. This dish comes in at 2.5 syns per serving. With the full fat mozzarella, it comes out at 4.5 syns per serving. I could use less to bring it down, but I get 15 syns a day, so I'm not that mad about it. I know only ever coast on about 2 to 8, so it doesn't matter if I use that up in one meal. And then I've got my 5% fat lean steak mince, 500 grams of that. I will put all of the quantities and things in the description bar, so I don't have to keep telling you as I'm going along. Just a little add-on to the ingredients I just shown you. The ingredients that I showed you were on the Slimming World recipe, but I'm going to stick some celery in as well. It's speed, and also, you know, it's used in a lot of Italian cooking, and I've got some, so I'm popping that in as well. I've diced all the vegetables up, and I'm going to fry them off now. I've got some fry light in my pan ready. I'm not actually going to fry the mushrooms off because I prefer them to stay more whole and they break down quite easily, but the carrots, the celery and the onion I will soften down. Sorry guys, I've got the tumble dryer on again. Just got all the veggies apart from the mushrooms in the pan now, and I'm gently sauteing those off. I don't want to get any colour on them, I just want to soften them. I'm still sweating down my vegetables. I've just put a little bit of water in with them, and I've got a big pan on to cook the pasta in. Nigella always romantically says that you should cook pasta in water as salty as the Mediterranean. That's obviously delivered with a pouty look towards the camera. I'm not going to do either of those things. I try not to add too much salt to anything, and also I've not got any makeup on, and I've been crying because it was a particularly potent onion this morning, so there's no way I'm getting my mush on the camera. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I've got a big pan of boiling water on for my pasta. I do know that with pasta, the more water you can use the better. I think it kind of allows it to swim about freely and cook on all sides equally. And also, I mean, maybe teaching your grandma to suck eggs, but with pasta you're best not to keep stirring it because you knock the starch out of it. Someone might not know that, and it's always good to know. Also, put pasta into boiling water. Don't put the pasta and the water on the stove and bring them up to the boil together. It might seem obvious to some people, but you know, we've all got to learn somehow, and as a young woman I'm pretty sure I didn't know that, so now that I'm an old bird, I do. My veg is all nicely softened down now, so I've just popped in the beef mince. I'm going to chop that about, integrate it with the vegetables and fry it off. There we go. I've chopped all the beef so that there's no kind of chunks of it left in there, the beef mince, and I've mixed in all the vegetables, so now I'm just going to fry that off. As you can see, that's all fried off now. I'm going to have to transfer it into a big pan because I've got tomatoes and stock to add and I haven't got enough room in my frying pan, so that's what I'm going to do. So I've popped it all in a big pan now. Underneath is the mince with the onions and the celery and the carrot. I've popped the mushrooms in. right there you can see the lazy garlic. It calls for 3 cloves, so I put 2 teaspoons in. I only had a little bit of oregano left, so I just bunged that all in. That's a can of chopped tomatoes, and I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, which you can probably hear now, for 250ml of beef stock. I'll put that in and then I'll stir it all together, and that needs to simmer for about half an hour. Just as a wee afterthought, the recipe called for some oregano, which I put in, but classic Italian seasoning is thyme, rosemary, marjoram and basil. And as I've got all of those things, and it is a Bolognese, so it is an Italian meal, I'm going to just pop possibly half a teaspoon of each of these in as well. Going to go a tiny bit off-piste now. That's it all mixed together. I'm going to add some tomato puree and also probably 200ml of passata to mine. There we go, that looks more like it. To that, again, sorry, my pasta's boiling here next to me. To that, I'm going to add 2 bay leaves. I know I've already put some bay in it, but I'm going to put some more in, and then I'm going to stick the lid on and cook it for half an hour. So the pasta's cooked. I'm just draining it off, making sure I do drain it carefully because there are conch shells and penne. I don't want any water stuck in it. I've got all my windows steamed up. I'm refusing to open the back door. It's a beautiful day, as you can see, but it's absolutely freezing, so I've got a tumble dryer on as well, so any heat that I can keep in the house is what I'm doing. So now I'm just waiting for the Bolognese sauce stuff to cook before I mix it through with the pasta. So I combined the pasta with the sauce. I mixed it all up in the saucepan to make it easier, and now I've popped it in this oven-proof dish. I'm just about to chop up the mozzarella now and place that on the top before I pop it in the oven. There we go, I've placed the mozzarella on top, and now I'm going to put that in a preheated oven at 160 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes.